Hi, I'm Lovely, and today I'm going to review Green Day's sixth album, Warning. I have nothing to say beforehand, let's just get into it. Let's start this review, starting with Song 1, Warning. A fantastic opening song, possibly their best so far. It's catchy, iconic, and it really gets the main theme of this album across. Don't play it safe, take risks and be yourself. I love that. One of my favorite things about Green Day is learning how they reacted to the pushback from some of their fans after Dookie. They stayed true to themselves, even if that meant making something that maybe won't sell as well or wouldn't be looked upon too favorably. I love them for taking that stance. I will always side with the artist over fan opinion because, they're the ones making the art. Do your thing, hell yeah. This theme was covered a lot on Insomniac and a bit of Nimrod, and well, I don't mind the extra coverage here on Warning. Though, I have to say it's really funny listening to this knowing what the future brings. After their reception of Uno Dos Tres, Green Day came out with Revolution Radio, potentially their safest album yet in terms of sound. I'm not throwing any shade, but that's very kind of anti the point of Warning, maybe even anti them. I don't know if it was self-awareness or reflection or something else, but after that they released Father of All Motherfuckers, their least safest album. A kind of troll album-ish if we dissect the cover, giving the impression that it's going to be a sequel to American Idiot in sound and premise. With the added context of Warning, I think what happened there is fascinating. I could totally be wrong with my interpretation of events. Maybe I'll feel differently when I get closer to that era. Either way, I think the personality here, not only on this song but this album, is very relevant to everything they do. In conclusion, a very good song that gives us a lot of insight into how they think. Good shit. Moving on to Song 2, Blood, Sex and Booze. A very nice second song on the album. It continues the energy from Warning and it sounds fucking nice. A classic fucking awesome sounding Green Day song. I am unsure about the contents of the song though. On Kerplunk we had Dominated Love Slave, a clear messing around sort of song. Blood, Sex, and Booze here doesn't sound like messing around. It's taking itself seriously, so I'm wondering, is this about something deeper, or is... deeper? Is this about something deeper, or is the song just being very literal? I did some googling, avoiding the AI overview because of how unhelpful it is, and after a decent look around, the vibe here is that yeah, they're just being literal. It is as simple as, this is a song about a man being dominated by a woman. I guess this was more effective in terms of meaning at the time because of how taboo that dynamic was, but here in 2026, it doesn't rustle a bush or really faze me. It's still really good though, like this is already one of my favorite songs from them. Blood, Sex and Booze, good shit. On to our next song. Song 3, Church on Sunday. I like this one. It's catchy, cute, and it gives me Nimrod vibes. It is quite a simple song though, so my thoughts pretty much end there. I think we're good to just move on to Song 4, Fashion Victim. I wouldn't say this is a bad song, but it definitely holds the album back for me. I'll say more at the end with my overall album review, but with the pacing of this album being what it is, it can't really afford to slow down at all or pause, and well, that's what this song is. It kills the momentum a bit, and the album suffers greatly because of it, IMO. All of that being said though, it still isn't a terrible song. I don't want y'all to think that, but it's probably my least favorite song on the album. Sorry. On to what's next. Song 5, Castaway. If singing along is your thing, you're gonna really fuck with this one. Castaway is amazing. It's fun, it covers themes of being alone that are pretty present in all of these albums so far, and it's just a nice song overall. It says what it wants to say, and you're dancing the whole time while it does. You can't ask for more when it comes to a Green Day song. Moving on to Song 6, Misery, an all-timer. It's got the soothness of Nightlife without any of the bad parts from, well, Nightlife. And it's one of my favorite songs from not only this album, but from Green Day in general. Great song. Well done. What's next? Song 7, Deadbeat Holiday. A goodie. It kind of coasts in the background, but it's a refreshing kind of coast. It's a nice song, and I have no real complaints about it. Thoughts? Done. Next song up is Song 8, Hold On. Another goodie with beautiful meaning behind it. A friend of Billy was going through a rough time, and he wrote this for them. It's about perseverance and, well, good shit. I love the instrumental for it, again very big Nimrod vibes, and it's just an awesome song. As soon as it starts you're happy it came on. Hold On, a very deserved round of applause for you. Moving on. Song 9, Jackass. I really like the chorus to this one, but at the moment, like Fashion Killer, this is one of the lesser songs on the album for me. I think it's another momentum killer, and I'm kind of waiting for it to end so we can get on to the next songs. It's got a nice instrumental though, and to be honest, we could just have a 39 Smooth situation here. I needed time to get into some of the songs there, maybe that's the case with this one too. As I've been writing this review, listening to the song over and over, it kinda is growing on me, so yeah. I still think it kills momentum, but it's not like it's deeply offensive or anything. Jackass, a song you need a lot of time with to like, but maybe that's just me. Let's just head on to the next song, which is song 10, Waiting. A calm, chill, optimistic goodie. Not only do I like this one a lot, I also think sound-wise it's the closest we've been to American Idiot, at least with the chorus. I don't have much else to say, but don't think it's because of the song quality. Waiting is fantastic, good shit Green Day. What do we have next? Song 11, Minority. Anything I said about the first song Warning applies here. Most of the review there may have actually been for this song. Oops. Anyway, this song is a catchy goodie, no wonder it's in their greatest hits playlist. Not only is it just plain nice, it's also the start of their political side coming out. They probably stopped dabbling in politics after this album. Anyway, Minority, a fantastic song that shows off a lot of Green Day's personality. On to our final song, which is song 12, Macy's Day Parade. A fantastic goodbye to old Green Day that welcomes in the shift to American Idiot. I actually think you could put this on the final chunk of American Idiot and it would blend in pretty well to the contents of that album. Anyway, this one is really good. Macy's Day Parade is another welcomed acoustic guitar song, and quite a nice finale to Warning. Well done. I think that's all of my thoughts. How did I feel about Warning? I actually think this is my least favorite album so far in this re-listen tour. A lot of it is on the slower side, which makes active listening kind of boring. It rewards just having it on in the background. It's not really my style. I can at least say on my many listens it has grown on me. Like, this is actually better than just okay or decent. It's still really good, but you still have songs like Fashion Victim and Jackass that kind of halt the album, which is unfortunate. With Insomniac and Nimrod, they really stress the point that they're going to make what they want to make, and that's very much continued here. I really respect that and will never ask them to not be themselves. That being said, the first few times I listened to this, I was like, this is only kind of okay, and then it just kind of ends. I was pretty disappointed, and I kinda get why this is seen as the first low point from some fans. It gets better with time, but like a lot of Green Day albums, if someone isn't into it, they're not gonna put in the time to like it, understandably. I can at least say I kind of dig it now, but at the moment it is sadly my least favorite album from them, but maybe that'll change in the future. Current rankings from least favorite to favorite, it goes Warning, Insomniac, Dookie, 39 Smooth, Kerplunk, then Nimrod. Normally I would end the review and hype up what's next, but it is a special occasion. We finished Old Green Day. What are my thoughts on this era? If you recall before, I really wasn't into most of this. I like the high energy stuff, and if you aren't familiar with anything from this era, it all either sounds like a blend of Welcome to Paradise, or other songs like that. A lot of it blended together and felt like uninteresting background noise. I had to go out of my way to enjoy it, where compared to the future work, I could just mostly naturally enjoy it. Now, I really fuck with everything I've heard pre-American Idiot. Yeah, I may have a few notes, but every album here is at least an 8.5 or more out of 10. If I want to sing along to literally everything, I go to 39 Smooth and Kerplunk. If I want something more aggressive and higher energy-ish, I go to Insomniac and Dookie. If I want something that sounds very different but is slightly slower, I go to Nimrod. And if I want really good sounding background noise, I go to Warning. I know I dogged on it a lot, but I do actually enjoy this album quite a bit. But yeah, I love this era and I get why it's so loved. There is a clear progression in quality and creativeness here, and after American Idiot and 21st Century Breakdown, it starts to go kind of everywhere quality-wise. I of course like their future stuff, but I see why people stuck with the past as much as they did. Green Day themselves had a lot to say during this time because they themselves were growing up, whereas in the future, they're mostly just having fun if they're not talking about politics. Look at Dose as an example. A lot of people may not be into that. Plus, it's just easier to like the stuff you grew up on. There's a connection you have there. I may know the classics from these early years, but I did not have love in my veins to appreciate most of, well, everything from this time when I first listened to this era. I had to work hard to like this stuff, but it was very much worth it. If you have albums from this time that you don't like, or hell, even the newer Green Day stuff, I highly recommend doing what I did. Look up the lyrics and meaning to each song and sit with it a bit. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't like any of these albums and that would just be wrong. Overall review, every album here is amazing, and you can make the case for any one of these to be your favorite. You don't have to, because you shouldn't have to justify why you like something to anyone, but yeah, every album from this era is gold. I had a fantastic time learning to love what Green Day brought to the table here, and I'm very excited for what's next. I'm Lovely, thanks for watching, I'll see you next time for American Idiot, a 22-year-old album that is still sadly relevant. Goodbye. I can't believe Green Day got political. Go fuck yourself.